So when I was in high school, we have a theater play and they picked me as a leading actress of that play, and that is my first show in my entire life without any experience. So at first it was terrifying, but when I started singing and acting in front of the audiences, it felt so magical, and I realized that I think performing is what I created for. So I decided to pursue it for the rest of my life.
So I started acting when I was quite young. I grew up with a family that really liked musicals, so they were kind of shown to me from a young age. And I was quite young when I did my first show, and from then it just kind of stuck, really.
I started acting when I was very little. What made me start acting, I think it was watching the people on the TV. I used to tell my mom that I wanted to be just like the people on the TV. So I think it's just my passion. I was born for it.
Well, I've always wanted to be famous, and I love singing. And whenever I listen to the Broadway songs, it just brings a smile to my face, and that's what got me into acting.
I've had stage fright for most of my life. I set a goal during quarantine last year to try to conquer that fear. I signed up for a musical theater workshop last fall and learned that I absolutely love to perform. I have a lot to learn, but I have totally enjoyed every minute so far.
I wanted to start doing acting because I've loved theater ever since I was in 3rd grade. And I'm in college now, but I've loved it ever since 3rd grade, and recently I just decided to try doing it because it's something that I've always wanted to do and it seemed really, really fun. So I just decided during quarantine that I would give it a try.
So about the show, it's about everyone singing different songs from different musicals.
The show that we're doing is called Light Stage Sing Cabaret, and basically what happens is we are all going to perform solos, duets, and groups, and we are all singing different Broadway songs from different musicals, and it's going to be lots of fun. You can watch it for free. You don't even have to get off of your couch and go somewhere. You can just pull up YouTube and we will be on. And we hope that you enjoy. And this is going to be lots of fun.
Cabaret of people coming together from diverse backgrounds and collaborating together. Songs, duets, solos, and group performances that we hope you enjoy.
So, the show is comprised of people that are involved in BEST, and some people are not affiliated with BEST, like myself. We all auditioned to be a part of this cabaret, and we all got in, luckily. So we have been assigned solos, duets, and group numbers that we perform in our respective spaces, and we put it on for this cabaret for you guys. So that is what we do in the show.
The show that I'm in right now is the Cabaret, and I feel that it's a show where we have a lot of music from different musicals, and I think that a lot of people are getting together from different places, diversity, and it is awesome to be in a cast that is so diverse, and I really love it.
That's a good question. I think I would tell my past self to go out there and practice, practice, practice. Go to every audition you can, pick up a spare instrument in your free time, maybe even memorize some monologues just in case you need one. It's never good to be underprepared. And as they say in the theater industry, one can never be too over-prepared. And remember, arrive early. Early is on time is late, and late is unacceptable. That's what I tell my younger self. What would you tell yours?
I would say, that's a difficult one. I would probably say to believe in yourself and go for every opportunity you have, because you never know when those opportunities will go away and when you'll get the next one. So always do everything that comes your way.
I got bullied at age 6, so I told myself that I should never give up and do my best. So continue to educate yourself, build your confidence, and make your dreams come true.
Be yourself and don't care what other people think of you. Just keep doing what you're doing, because what you're doing is what you love. And every time you perform, you need to remember that there is someone in that audience just like you who maybe hasn't discovered what they're good at yet. And by watching you do what you do, they could discover something that they're really into. And you are introducing someone to something that they've never thought possible.
My favorite Broadway show is probably... Oh man, this is a real hard one. I'm gonna have to say Newsies. I love Newsies. It's amazing. I love the score, everything about it. The dancing's really nice, even though I can't dance.
Great show.
Well, I like The Lion King.
Why?
My favourite Broadway show is Wicked by Stephen Schwartz. He also did The Prince of Egypt. I've seen both The Boy in the Dress and Wicked, and I will see The Prince of Egypt in the summer in the UK.
So, that's a hard question, but I think my favorite Broadway show is between Hamilton and Wicked. I love Hamilton because it's about the Treasury Secretary Alexander Hamilton, and the raps in it are amazing, and I just think it has a great message of no one ever talks about this guy that kind of did most of the stuff in building the economy that we live in today, but so that's why I love Hamilton, and I love Wicked because it's basically the backstory of a classic and a movie that everyone has seen, and I think both of them took a lot of work and are very good.
My favorite Broadway show has to be Frozen or Mean Girls. I'd say Frozen.
My favorite Broadway show that I had watched was The Phantom of the Opera. It is suspenseful, thrilling, romantic, and one of the most successful musicals of all time.
So, my favorite Broadway show is Company. When I first watched it, I was so confused by the ending. I wanted more, but the more that I started to listen to the soundtrack and watch the musical multiple times over and over again, I started to appreciate it, and I could see why the ending was the way that it was. And it's one of my favorite musicals, and I love listening to it.
My favorite role would have to be Sophie for the musical Mamma Mia. I actually got to play Sophie twice for 2 different productions. The first one I was only 16 years old, and the second one I was 19 years old, so there is a big difference there. It was great working with 2 different casts. It was fun to do all the dances and things like that. Such an iconic show, and ABBA is great. So it was super fun and an energetic show, and I honestly would play Sophie again, so yeah.
Simple. Jack Scott in High School Musical. It was the most fun I ever had doing a show, really. I had the best co-stars, I had a role that was basically written for me. Yeah, it was fun, yeah. I got to sit in this red desk, do all the announcements in a kind of a Corny Collins-like voice, and doing We're All in This Together with my best co-stars ever in front of all those screaming children every night and a few select mornings and afternoons. It was, to this day, I consider that one of the highlights of my life.
My favorite role is this show because it's my first performance ever. I'm super excited to play Rolf from The Sound of Music and Thénardier from Les Mis, two of my favorite characters from two of my favorite shows.
So I have plenty of dream roles. I can't pick one, so maybe I'll drop 5. So first is Princess Jasmine from Aladdin, Katie from Mean Girls, Zoe from Dear Evan Hansen, Anna from Frozen, and Aliza Green from The Prom.
So I think the favorite role that I've had or have been in is Little Anna in Frozen Jr. I loved the choreography in it, where I got to dance around while Elsa was like making snow mountains, and I really liked having to act out when Elsa freezes my head. And if I could be any character from any Broadway show, I think I'd be Elphaba from Wicked.
So I will answer the dream role part. My dream role, one of them, is to play Drowsy in The Drowsy Chaperone. I feel that Drowsy's characteristics, not necessarily her being drunk all the time, kind of fit with my personality, and I just love the character Drowsy. She's fully herself, and she's all over the place. She's zany, she's weird, she's wacky, and I feel like I identify with that so much. So that is my dream role.
So I haven't been acting for very long because I just started acting last year in quarantine, and I've only ever done 2 shows, which is this show, The Cabaret, and Frozen Jr. But my favorite role that I've ever done was Frozen Jr. because it was my first show and it was super, super fun, and it was the first time that I was a part of a cast and like kind of like a part of a theater family, and it was just super memorable and really, really fun to get to be in the ensemble of Frozen Jr.
I like how they treat you the way you want to be treated and just are inclusive to everybody, no matter what you have for a disability. That's what I like about it.
What's great about Broadway Everyday Star Theater? They're flexible. They really understand if you're going through like a rough patch and like you're just not getting it. They just help you along the way.
It's really fun and you get to meet new people.
Broadway Everyday Star Theater is a video thing that can connect people from all around the world, and it showcases everyone's talents and personalities.
So I really love the diversity and give a chance to other artists around the world to showcase their talents. And I think it's cool that you reach bigger audiences than a physical theater because it's online and everybody can see it. But also the idea that you can do multiple takes, so if I black out like what's going on, you can do it again.
What I love most about this cast is that it's made of performers of all abilities from all over the world. Everyone's been so professional and supportive of each other. Being new to this, I've learned a ton from the rest of the cast, and I'm so grateful that I was cast in the show.
What I like about Broadway Everyday Star Theater is the inclusivity that they bring. No matter what your disability is, no matter what you look like, you are always welcome to their theater. And we are doing virtual performances right now because of COVID, but I'm glad we could all still be performing and having a great time, and I love them so much.
And my answer is that I love how supportive and kind and also friendly everyone is. I have not been a part of BEST for a long time, and everyone has welcomed me in with such kindness that it really warms my heart. So yes, I love how supportive and friendly everyone is, and I love being a part of this process.